All right, good afternoon. It's time for lunch hour news right here on TV47. The program is News Deck with me, Linda Alela. Time to update you on what is happening in the world of news as always. So thank you so much for keeping it TV47. And we'll start our broadcast all the way from Rwanda. And Rwanda on Monday reported 30 new COVID-19 cases, bringing the total confirmed cases to 612 since mid-March, when the country registered her first case. Now, the last 3 days have been the highest ever, with Saturday recording 31 cases, Sunday leading with 41 new cases, and Monday 30. Diana Riza, our correspondent from Kigali, Rwanda, now joins us live to give us more details on this update. Diana.
Hi there, Linda. Greetings to you. Greetings from Kigali, Rwanda. So just when we thought the country is slowly overcoming this pandemic and we're slowly getting back to life before the pandemic, a whole new wave of coronavirus is spreading across the country, and it's growing within the country. Now, 2,908 sample tests have been conducted over the last 24 hours. And in total, the country has carried out a number of 94,059 sample tests of COVID-19 ever since mid-March, when they first carried out the first tests. Now, according to Rwanda Biomedical Center, there's going to be a couple of assessments that are going to be carried out to see whether if it's the resumption of interprovincial movements or the resumption of passenger taxi motor services that are causing the spread of this new wave. And after they figure out what is causing this new wave, they're going to act accordingly, either to take back the country or to lock down or eliminate the taxi motors or the interprovincial movements. In the last 3 days, have been the highest so far. Saturday has recorded 31 cases, Sunday has recorded 41 new cases, and Monday 30 cases. We have never seen such big numbers ever since COVID-19 came to Rwanda. And so it's very threatening and scary. And there's a lot of speculation in the country by citizens on whether we're going to go back to a lockdown. But there's no word from any officials. There's no any official statement on whether the country will go back to lockdown. So far, the only thing the country is doing is trying to reduce these numbers and trying to figure out what is causing the spread of these numbers and the increase of these numbers.
All right, thank you so much, Diana Riza. Those are the updates on matters COVID-19 from Rwanda. We'll be getting more information from her later on. And let's now proceed to matters politics right here in the country. And Senate this afternoon is set to debate on how Governor Anne Waiguru's case will be handled. Senators will decide on whether to adjudicate her case through an 11-member committee or a plenary hearing. Now, the House is already divided on the matter, with a section of senators claiming a select committee can be compromised. We are now joined by our reporter, Elizabeth Mutuko, who is in Parliament, to give us an update on what we expect this afternoon, even as intense lobbying continues towards ensuring that, Waiguru is saved. You had the other time, of course, Junet Mohammed from the ODM, arguing that, they applaud leadership from women, and as ODM, they are trying all their level best towards ensuring that even if it is going to be hard by the entire Senate, that they will proceed to save Governor Anne Waiguru. And of course, a majority of Kieleweke leaders also, hinting that they are likely to proceed and save Governor Anne Waiguru. So much so is happening right here, and the people of Kirinyaga eagerly waiting to see what will play out. This is after she was impeached on Tuesday by the members of the county assembly, 23 of them proceeding to vote, that she be impeached, and that's the reason why it has proceeded to the Senate. So it is the aspect of banking on the Senate to see whether it is going to save Waiguru or not. In the event that she is impeached, we have, of course, so much that will be playing in matters politics, the BBI factor, the handshake factor. So we have Elizabeth Mutuko, who's on standby already, so she can update us on what is happening down there in Parliament as of now. Elizabeth Mutuko.
Well, good afternoon, Linda Lela. Just as you said, today the House behind me, which is Senate, will be making a ruling on whether the impeachment petition for Kirinyaga Governor Anne Waiguru will be heard by plenary or will be heard by the 11-member committee, which a lot of leaders feel might be compromised and might not give the justice or serve the justice which is required by the people of Kirinyaga. In this moment, I'll be speaking to Kirinyaga Senator Charles Kibiru towards that, because I understand he's one of the leaders who have been calling the Senate to be independent in the whole matter. Welcome, Mheshimiwa, and thank you for giving me this opportunity. I understand you're the one of the leaders who called upon the Senate to ensure that this issue is going to, or the people of Kirinyaga are going to get the required justice. Why is it that you don't, or your leaders are not having full faith in the whole in the committee, not the plenary?
Thank you so much, and I want to say without prejudice, because the standing orders prevent anticipation of debate. So, and say that we are not talking about who is guilty or who is not guilty here. The only thing that which is in the public domain that we have been saying is that we want to build capacity for our people. The best way to build capacity for even the MCAs, even other Kenyans, and even the senators who are new, it is when a matter like this one is deliberated in the plenary. Because we have seasoned senators who will be able to question process, be able to question evidence, be able to do that kind of things. That way, every other senator would be able to articulate their issues, be able to learn from one another. But when it is a select committee, and we are not demeaning the committee, is that a few people will have the opportunity to ask questions, to interrogate evidence. Yes, something close to that.
There are those who argue that the 11-member committee might be compromised, and in that manner, the people of Kirinyaga won't get the required justice. What is your take on that?
Like I have said, is that when it is plenary, the talent, the people asking questions are many. I wouldn't want to say what the select committee will do, but as it has been and is always, it is good to have as many people discussing about an idea other than a few people.
So you want the plenary, to go to plenary?
For instance, even when without anticipating debates in the Senate, I would be pitching for plenary for me. And that is what the people of Kirinyaga would.
Yesterday, as I was speaking to some of the leaders from the Senate, they argued that when this goes the committee way, they will be able to scrutinize in details the evidence presented to them, unlike when it is in the plenary. What do you think about that?
One of the things that we don't have limit of time, we have enough time. It is just a question of agreeing in the plenary. What time do we have? We have 10 days to discuss this. It can be done in another 5 days. It doesn't have to be in 3 days or 2 days or 1 day for that matter. We are not in a hurry. Let every senator be given an opportunity to speak about and interrogate these issues. Kenyans will hear, everybody will be happy, and we will take the verdict in whichever way it goes.
Thank you so much. Opportunity. That has been Kirinyaga Senator Charles Kibiru on this issue. Either way, he's calling upon the plenary. He feels each and every senator will be able to give his view on the whole issue. Back to you in the studio, Linda Alela.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth Mutuko. We're waiting to get more information on what the decision will be later on in the afternoon. And now, Narok County Governor Samuel Oletunai has confirmed 26 people who came into contact with the first positive patient in Narok County and have been placed under quarantine and their samples taken to Kemri for test. Governor Tunai has further called on residents to take extra precaution to ensure that they are safe. Now, the county boss has also expressed confidence that his county will put up a 300-bed capacity as they were directed by the president to ensure enough isolation center.
The 26 contacts, so far 26 contacts have been traced, line listed and quarantined. Out of the 26 contacts in quarantine, samples have been collected from 12 of them and delivered to Kemri from testing. The national and county government have all agreed that each county should have in place at least a minimum of 300 isolation beds over the next 30 days. At the same time, our administration has also embarked on measures to construct an isolation facility in one of the existing health centers to cater exclusively to COVID-19 isolation and treatment cases. We also expanded the scheme to include home isolations in asymptomatic cases.
And the Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentists Union, KMPDU, has received 67,000 PPEs from GlaxoSmithKline, a pharmaceutical and healthcare company. Now, the PPEs will now be distributed to more than 70,000 clinical offices across the country. More than 80 frontliners are among more than 3,700 cases of COVID-19 reported in the country.
But I'm pleased to confirm that that is not all. GSK has also donated Kenya shillings 26.4 million to Amref Health Africa, which is going to be used in the initiative to look at psychosocial support for doctors. And the details of that initiative will be announced by Amref quite soon, but it's been approved and the funds have been remitted to Amref.
We decided that as a union and to protect our members, that we also take an initiative to ensure that we seek partnerships and provide protection for our members. So basically, the Caring for Carers Fund was set up back in April. We actually had our own seed amount, and then we sought partnerships from different organizations, and we are glad today that GSK has actually provided us with face masks, 67,000 of them.
Residents of Kadhika Kai in Machakos County have protested opposing the 14-day closure of their market. This follows claims that a person who tested positive of COVID-19 in the area, prompting the county government to impose strict containment measures. Now, residents now say they are forced to travel to Machakos town 9 kilometers away to buy basic items such as food, which is proving costly. However, Machakos Governor Dr. Alfred Mutua has asserted that the county government of Machakos will not relent in advocating for measures that will curb the spread of COVID-19 in the county.
Kama kuna COVID ama makosa yoyote ingefanywa, si watu wangepatiwa notice jamani. Wakuja waambiwa tunawafungia juu ya hii na hii na hii. Ndio inafanya tufunge soko.
Lazima nilipe ngari mpaka Machakos. Nikanunue credit. Mboga hatuna huku. Lazima tutembee huko Machakos. Kufika Machakos, watu wa Machakos bado wakijua tumetoka huku wanatutenga.
Lakini hakuna masomo imeletwa hapa, hakuna ndao imepigwa, hakuna chakula watu wanapewa. So hivyo watu hapa wanaumia sana. Hawana chakula na wameambiwa wakae kwa boma zao.
Machakos haitakuwa ndio sababu ya Uhuru Kenyatta kukataa kufungua Kenya ati kwa sababu Machakos visa zimeanza kupanda. We already have 26 people. Na leo najua wataongezeka. Tayari from Machakos wampata ugonjwa kwa sababu yetu kuwa relax namna hii.
Elsewhere, Moi University will not offer online courses during the COVID-19 pandemic period. The university's Vice-Chancellor, Professor Isaac Kosgei, says the introduction of online learning requires policy formulation that will require the input of all stakeholders. He, however, said that they have put up measures to ensure safety of the students when schools reopen.
We are putting in place all mechanisms to make sure that should they report or should we reopen, then the students are safe in terms of COVID management. Meaning we need to put water fountains in place, we need to have sanitizers, we need to have adequate space in the classrooms. And currently we have a committee that is looking at all this to ensure that we have a protocol that is conforming with the ministry protocol, Ministry of Health protocol, and also our ministry advisory to ensure that we don't risk the lives of our students.
We have actually had a number of tailors to do the work. We are able to do, in the daytime, we are able to do 40,000 pieces of masks. And then at night, we can also do another 40.
And on that very note, NewsDeck takes a short break. We'll be right back with more news. Welcome back to NewsDeck, and we start off with developments from the corridors of justice. And Chief Justice David Maraga is set to take a leave pending his retirement A statement from the Registrar of the Judiciary, Ann Amadi, says that Maraga will proceed for the leave on Friday this week, having accumulated more leave days than the remainder of his working days to retirement. Meanwhile, the Law Society of Kenya has continued to accuse President of interfering with the judiciary. A statement from LSK President Nelson Harvey was supported by NAK Kenya Party leader Martha Karua.
Down to resolve the issues, but where the matter has gone as far as court orders, unless if there is an order of stay, then orders must be obeyed by all. The Attorney General had a chance to defend the government in court. If the court did not agree with him and he was aggrieved, he's at liberty to appeal and to ask for stay.
As soon as that was done and came in the administration of President Uhuru Kenyatta, several attempts were made to interfere with the independence of the judiciary. The first attempt, you remember, was the refusal to appoint judges who had been recommended.
The government has given October as the deadline for the completion of the 350 million shillings Wote Stadium. Cabinet Secretary for Sports Amina Mohammed said that the stadium, whose foundation stone was laid by Deputy President William Ruto in May 2017, has stalled due to lack of resources that have since been availed. Once completed, the stadium, which is located in Makueni County, will have a hosting capacity of between 15,000 and 20,000 people.
Pesa ziko, tunajua kulingana na jinsi waziri ataamrisha pamoja na Permanent Secretary, hiyo kazi vile vile itafanywa na Makueni tutakuwa kama wale wa kwanza wa kupata uwanja umekamilika.
Kazi imeanza, contractor ametuhakikishia ya kwamba itachukua muda mfupi sana yeye kumaliza hii stadium ndio watu waje waitumie. Tulikuwa tunatarajia itamalizwa baada ya miezi miwili hivi, lakini tuambiwa leo ya kwamba itakuwa kadhaa kati ya zile kadhaa ambazo zitakwisha karibu na mwisho wa mwaka huu. So mwezi wa 10 tutakuja hapa ili tuifungue hii kwanza, alafu tuende kwingine tufungue zile zingine ambazo zitakuwa tayari mwezi wa 11 na 12.
Business people in Mangu area, Kiambu County, are complaining of poor business environment in the area. They claim leadership wrangles within the area have delayed development in the area.
Sasa tulikuwa tumekuja kujengewa shade na mwenye alikuwa amejitolea kutujengea shade alikuwa ametoa na roho yake yote, lakini kuna wenye walisikia wivu wakaongea kuhusu hii barabara, na tunaona ni vizuri sana mkitujengea shade hapa, tutaendelea na kazi yetu mzuri.
Kukinyesha sisi tunaendanga huko Mangu, hakuna customer wanasimama hapa, wanaenda. Sasa tunataka kusema wakisimama hapa tujengewe, tutauza na watoto tuone chakula, tutaona chakula customer wakikuja.
Tuwafiki, hatuna manamba zao na maofisi walifunga. Hata ukienda kwa ofisi hakuna usaidizi utapata huko. Juu utakuta tu ma secretary, hata huyo mbunge anapitianga hapa na kwake na kwao ni hapa juu, tunajua kwao, lakini hatuongereshi.
Well, as always, you see that leadership wrangles are hugely attributed to the stall of development projects in different sectors, different areas as this one. A number of projects that have stalled in the area over the wrangles, of course, within Kiambu County. I hope this can be addressed so that the people are able to realize a development. And that's the very same place where we're going to wind up News Deck this afternoon. Thank you so much for keeping me company and for always keeping it TV 47. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing. My name is Linda Alela. See you again tomorrow.